The Schizoid Man, written by Terence Feely. This concerned an exact duplicate of number 6 being brought to the village in an attempt to make the real number 6 question his own identity. The job of directing this episode was given to a newcomer to the series, Patrick Jackson, as Mcgoohan didn't want to direct another episode at this stage, especially because the complexities involved in shooting this episode were already highly demanding of the lead actor, and Patrick could hardly be in 3 places at once. These scenes were achieved by extensive use of Patrick Mcgoohan's longtime stand-in and stunt double, Frank Mayer, who from the back was almost indistinguishable from the real Mcgoohan. The leading lady for this story, Alison, was played by Jane Merrow, who had appeared in several episodes of Danger Man. A key part of the plot was Alison's ability to distinguish between the 2 number 6 characters. This presented a problem for scriptwriter Terence Feely.
You see, he would not kiss a girl on the set. He had this terribly puritanical thing, because I once said to him, Pat, why won't, well, it was in this episode, I said, why won't you kiss a girl on the set, for God's sake? And he said, because, he said, I have this tremendous guilt inside me, and if I did, I would not be able to look my wife in the eye that night, because I can't just, kiss. If I kiss, I kiss, and I just can't do it. So, I don't know if you remember the plot of The Schizoid Man, but part of it is that he and this girl know each other so well because of a mind meld, Right. Now that was not the original idea at all. The reason all that took so long was that I originally wrote it that she would just kiss the 2 of them. Kiss the double number 6 and kiss the real number 6. And of course you would instantly know which was the real one. No way. I'm not going to kiss. Jane Merrow, I'm not going to get up. I said, well, how do we do it then? He said, I don't care, but I am not going to kiss. And we had this raging bloody row for an hour and a half. And in the end I said, okay, right. If it can't be physical, then it's got to be mental. You've got a mental rapport with her. She can read you cards, or you can read her cards, or whatever. Great. He said, yeah, let's do it. So that's how that happened.
The playing cards used for this scene were obtained by property master Sidney Palmer from an unusual shop, as he recalls.
I got those, yes. Yeah, one of my contacts in town, that was. I used to go to a firm that regrettably is no longer there. It was right opposite the British Museum, and he was a magician by trade, and he used to supply all the magicians, Paul Daniels, everybody, for a long time. It's gone. I don't know why it's gone. I don't know if the chappie died or what, but he used to make tricks and also, but he would get any sort of playing card, any sort of card you wanted. He had a back room full of all sorts of things. Yeah. It was a very good contact. Yeah. We've got other people we go to now, but he was a bit special. He was a bit special, that fellow. He had lots of stuff and understood the business too.
This episode marks a second appearance of the Norman church-style building previously seen in The Chimes of Big Ben, which is used here as the recreation hall. The rather bleak weather conditions noticeable in these sequences highlight the fact that The Schizoid Man was shot over the Christmas-New Year period of 1966-67. The helicopter featured in the final scenes was a different Alouette from the one used at Portmeirion, and arrived at the MGM studio on a trailer.
Having completed principal shooting on The Schizoid Man, the middle 2 weeks of January 1967 were allocated to the filming of It's Your Funeral. The director of this episode had not done any previous work on The Prisoner, and Michael Cramoy's script was found to be rather difficult to get to grips with, as it contained 2 separate number 2 characters involved in a rather peculiar assassination plot.